These are crazy times we're living in. I could lose my mind if I start giving in. One moment I'm okay, the next I'm terrified. But I know I'm not alone on this roller coaster ride. Trying to make the most of these crazy times. Calling up old friends just to catch up with them, talking about the good old days. Helping out a neighbor, trading a little favor, getting used to living life this way. Taking piano lessons from some guy in Australia once a week. First time in my life I'm catching up on sleep. I prayed my soul to keep. This is crazy times we're living in. I could lose my mind if I start giving in. One moment I'm okay, the next I'm terrified. But I know I'm not alone on this roller coaster ride. Trying to make the most of these crazy times. No more multitasking, hardly any traffic, pancakes in the morning every day. Do puzzles at the table, feeling pretty grateful for anyone who asks if I'm okay. And writing poetry that speaks to me, makes me whole. Listening to old music that soothes my troubled soul. It's the only way to go. These are crazy times we're living in. Could lose my mind if I start giving in. One moment I'm okay, the next I'm terrified. But I know I'm not alone on this roller coaster ride. Trying to make the most of these crazy times. Trying to make the most of these crazy times.
You sound great. Yeah. That's good balance and good volume.
Good balance, but okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Keep rolling then, huh?
Yeah, it's sounding good. Cat just came on, so you got one more in the audience here.
So the Zoom is kind of like the green room, it looks like, and then the Facebook Live is the hall, right?
Yeah. This is the cool room right here, and then
yeah, there you go. So this is an old song, so this is one you've all heard before, probably.
Yeah.
Drinking my morning coffee, scanning through the news, checking out Dear Abby for advice that I can't use. But it never seems to fail, let the obits catch my eye. Read enough to tell me why each one died and why. And I don't know the one, and I wonder why I care. Must be reassurance buried somewhere deep in there. If they did something stupid or reached a ripe old age, then I know I'll be okay. As cynics back in high school, my friends and I would try to count the ways the obits said that each poor soul had died. Well, some just died, some passed away, some entered into rest. But the ones that flew into the arms of Jesus were the best. That's when it dawned on me that no one went to hell, as if the folks that wrote those things had any way to tell. Of course that means that heaven must be crowded anyway, so I know either way I'll be okay. I read the obits That's right, the obits. The news is more depressing, strange that may seem. The tales of the departed with their wild hyperbole. That's the place I go to find security. Oh, oh, oh. I think as I get older, assuming I'm still here, I'll still read the obits to calm those creeping fears. But then I'll read them slower so I can do the math, to know which ones were older or younger when they passed. As long as more are older, my mind will be at rest. Soon as more are younger, that will put me to the test. Every ounce of my denial I'll have to tap each day, just to know I'll be okay. I read the obits, that's right, the obits. The news is more depressing, strange as that may seem. The tales of the departed with their wild hyperbole. That's the place I go to find security. Oh, I read the obits, that's right, the obits. When I want something real, I don't bother with TV. But behind the ads for hearing aids and plastic surgery, that's the place I go to find reality. Oh, 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 in the obits.
That sounds really good. Hey, John, just for everybody's edification here, tell us again, what is your setup now?
So my setup right now, I've got a Allen and Heath board that I use for rehearsal and stuff. So I've got my whole sound system based in that board. And so this my guitar's plugged into my usual board here. So I've got reverb and all kinds of stuff. You know, I've got it EQ'd at my pedal board. And that all goes into the system and then comes back out of there into the main microphone speakers over my head that are faced out into the room.
Where's the iPad? Where's the iPad?
The iPad is on a mic stand, and a mic, iPad mic stand on a mic stand about 3, maybe 4 feet, socially distanced from me safely, about 4 feet away from me.
So you can see what you're doing, and then it's picking up the sound from the speakers.
It's picking up the sound from the speakers. One of the speakers is pretty much at the iPad. I didn't turn the wedge around, which I could have done, but I didn't do that. But the room's pretty, I've got it reasonably hot, so if I was rehearsing, this would be pretty loud.
Yeah, it sounds pretty live, but it sounds good.
Yeah, so yeah. It's got all the reverb, but you may not need all that stuff. But it's kind of the sound that would be normally coming out of a PA.
Well, you got good volume and you got good volume. I mean,
good, well,
good balance. I mean, yeah.
That balance to make sure I'm not overcoming with the guitar or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a few newer things here.
I'm gonna go get a glass of wine. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, just wine, no whiskey. The whiskey songs are later. Okay, this is called a song "Must Be Present to Win." I was just 11, that bike something special. My number in the barrel with 100 other balls. I found out later they'd drawn my lucky number, but I'd run off with my buddies. The bike was someone else's, and I was not the winner after all. Well, they told me up front, said it's a simple rule. Choose not to listen, you could end up the fool. You must be present to win. Can't just buy the ticket, then call it in. Said all that matters in the end. You must be present, you must be present to win. Later after college, out on my own, dated lots of women, played the field, had some fun. My friends all got married, found a girl and settled down. But I was like a hummingbird, I'd never stay for long. Soon I was a party of one. Well, they told me up front, said it's a simple rule. Choose not to listen, you could end up the fool. You must be present to win. Can't just buy the ticket, then call it in. Said all that matters in the end, you must be present to win. Seemed life was passing by right before my eyes. Met her in my 30s, now she was something special. It took a year for love to bloom. We married in the fall, built ourselves a family, 2 kids and a dog. And I sunk into my work, buy us all we'd ever want. That wasn't what she wanted after all. It wasn't what she needed at all. Oh yeah, they told me up front, said it's a simple rule. Choose not to listen, you could end up the fool. You must be present to win. Can't just buy the ticket, then call it in. Said all that matters in the end, you must be present to win. All that matters in the end, you must be present to win. Thank you. This is another one, relatively newer song called Without You. It does change the capo change. You see this lovely looking capo? I hope you can see it from a distance there.
Oh, yeah.
Fine looking Colorado capo on here. Do you have to pay you for an ad? I don't know, maybe I have to.
Where can we get one of those?
Well, gosh, I'm glad you asked, Harry. Gosh, if you go to coloradocapo.com, you can get those for a low price today. Lots of them available.
All right. Colorado.com?
coloradocapo.com. That's
Okay.
right.
You accept credit cards?
Operators are standing by. What?
You accept credit cards?
Oh, absolutely. Credit cards, PayPal, we're very, whatever you need.
Okay.
All right. 3 days of mindless meetings, rainy Friday traffic, on the road too long, so ready to be home. Departure lounge is filling up with all the weekday warriors. Far from the crowd I sit alone. Without you, without you, our lives like rivers rushing to the sea. Without you, without you, so alone. Old couple approaches, he pushes her wheelchair. A baseball cap, an ivy in her arm. Just 2 passengers waiting for a plane. I stare out the window at at the rain, my mind starts to wander back home to you, to the vows we made so many years ago. Then a baby's cry brings me back to earth. More time to kill until it's time to go. Without you, our lives like rivers rushing to the sea. Without you, so alone. Too tired to read my email, I turn back to that old couple. He checks their flight on his phone. She tells him she's thirsty, and he stands up with a smile that fades as he walks away alone. Without you, our lives like rivers rushing to the sea. Without you, without you, without you, without you.
That sounded really good.
Thank you.
That sounded really good.
We're getting some real new stuff now. These last two are songs. One of them was, this is a song I co-wrote with a guy that out in California in the Bay Area. Introduced to me through Steve Seskin, who was one of the co-writers of that first song.
That's the guy that spoke at the meeting, right? Suskin?
I'm sorry?
Was that the guy that spoke at our meeting?
No, I don't think Steve's been to one of our meetings.
Who was the guy that invented the capo with you?
Oh, that's Matt Carroll. That's a different guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Steve's he lives in California, in Nashville. He's a touring songwriter. So he set up I met this guy through a workshop with him. A guy named Kevin Beatles. If I ask her, girl, have you lost weight? She probably look surprised or roll her eyes, but I bet she'll still feel great. But if I tell her, hey, let's stay in tonight, I'll cook your favorite meal, it'll make you feel like everything's alright. She'll cut me off and without hesitation say, so you forgot to make the reservation. But she can read me like a book, she can show with just one look. She ain't buying what I'm selling, and I know her well enough to know she'll always call my bluff. Some lies ain't worth telling. It's 2 a.m. I got the munchies bad. She's asleep in bed, so I decide to head downstairs for a snack. Fridge door open, reaching for the chocolate cake. When I heard a sound, makes me turn around, catch a big smile on her face. Oh, hey, babe. Where's that vegan kale from California? She says, grab a chair, I'll fix a big bowl for you. She can read me like a book, lets me know with just one look. She She ain't buying what I'm selling. And to know her well enough, know she'll always call my bluff. Some lies ain't worth selling. If I come home and I've got trouble on my mind, she'll look at me, and if I say I'm doing fine, she'll look me in the eye and say I've got some time. Well, she can read me like a book, and she lets me know with just one look. She ain't buying what I'm selling. And I know her well enough to know she'll always call my bluff. And if I say I'd have it any other way, well, some lies ain't worth telling. Some lies ain't worth telling. Thank you.
That's a good one.
So this next one is the one I just finished last week, and so I'm going to really be trying to make sure I remember it as I play it. But it's very relevant to tonight's meeting and most of our lives in the last couple of months. Used to get on airplanes once or twice a week. It was what you had to do to get things done. Each way could take 4 hours, stuck in a middle seat. No matter where, I'd never see the sun. Then the world changed a few short months ago. To travel now, I never leave the room. And I can have my boxers on, no one has to know. I always look my best when I'm on Zoom. Zoom, my new best friend. Zoom, I can recommend. Meetings like you've never seen before. Zoom takes me everywhere. Zoom, never leave my chair. Bunch of cool new backgrounds to explore. Ain't it great now everyone has Zoom? Need to make a quick call. Why call what Zoom will do? Pretty soon I filled up half my day. Every hour in my emails, 10 more Zooms to choose. To choose. Not sure I can keep on living this away. Zoom, is it my friend? Zoom, May should think again. Who are all those people in those squares? Zoom, it owns my day. Zoom, not sure why. Hey, put yourself on mute. Your kids are there. Life's getting pretty weird since I'm on Zoom. Our granddaughter throws out the candle. She just turned 3. We watch as she turns to her mom and asks, why aren't they here with me? Guys in the dark. Zoom, hey, was that a fart? The background makes my head just disappear. Zoom, hey, you're still on mute. Zoom, at least your dog is cute. I give up, it's time to grab a beer. Think back to when we didn't wait on Zoom. Now back to when we managed life without Zoom. life was so much calmer before Zoom. Or something like that.
Good job. I guess you got time for about one more.
Well, I don't have it queued up, but I can do something.
Okay.
Packing my bags for my high school reunion, picnic and softball with the people we all became. And I'm staring at a drawer full of armor most folks call t-shirts, each with a version of the truth I might feel a need to claim. 'Cause it's been 40 years and I know they'll all be wondering if I'm that same nerdy guy that never had a date. One big glass, no matter what the game was. So I need a way to show them that I was worth the wait. Porsche Racing School, now that's what I'm thinking. 'Cause nothing says success like a big old howling hunk of steel. My wife rolls her eyes and says they'll just think compensating. Oh man, young toys, when you see them, it's just what you would feel. Well, how about a band? The Ramones or AC/DC? Well, I guess that just says I'm old and my ears are probably blown. Well, how about something newer? The Decemberists or Imagine Dragons? Yeah, right. They'll know they're from my grandkids just on weekend loan. Still, it's been 40 years and I know they'll all be wondering if I'm that same nerdy guy that never had a date. One big glass, no matter what the game was. Still need a way to show them that I was worth the wait. Am I overthinking? Do I really care? They'll all be more focused on what they brought to wear. So maybe it's better, yeah, I'll just go incognito. Leave the stuff at home that has some image to advocate. Just wear clothes with no brand for their consumption. Just be me with no pretensions or presumptions, and defy their old assumptions. So it's been 40 years and maybe they'll be wondering if I'm that same nerdy guy that never had a date. One big glass, no matter what the game was. But I don't need to show them that I was worth the wait. No, I don't need to prove that I was worth the wait.
Good job, John. Good job.
All right.
Good job.